Hi, my name is Everett Jordan. This is for Leadership 101 on three influential leaders that we find in our lives. A little background of myself. I am a senior at UND, soon to graduate with a bachelor's in business management. Um, I took this class really because the business school teaches us how and what we need to know once we're in the business field. However, it fails to teach us how to become someone who's going to lead others. So it really provides us with all the information and insight. However, it fails to show us how to deliver this on a daily basis in a group of, like, amongst a group of people. A little bit about myself. I have actually been put in leadership roles before. I was a foreman of a Twin City landscaping crew for 2 summers. When I was 19, I started, and when I was 20, that was my last season landscaping. This class will hopefully help me understand some more key features of leadership and some more background upon it for going into the future. Um, when I think of three leaders that inspire my life, I look first to my father, second to Steve Jobs, ex-leader, deceased of Apple, and finally to Warren Buffett. It's kind of funny when we look at how we evolve when we grow up and how we view and how our views change of leadership, or inspirational people. At one point, when we were kids, I mean, we all looked to Superman or the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or whoever your role models may have been, to do the right things and make proper decisions. Um, However, when we grow up, we look to our parents, and believe that they know the difference between right and wrong in the way that they live their lives and how they guide our future. Obviously, this ends at about senior year. We all take off and head to college, and we start to become our own person. Hopefully, between the years of high school and college, before we go out into the world, into our professions. Um, Finally, at some point, we become our own person, and we find leaders that apply to us. I know, being a business student, I found first my father at a young age, um, as inspirational as a leader because he was in the business field for almost 40 years. And then we look to other people and we try to emulate their past career moves and try to fill the shadows that they've created, for themselves. And we kind of follow in the footsteps of the greats. Um, so as I said, I always look to my father. He was past CEO and entrepreneur of an independent consulting firm. He's always worked so hard to further his employees and advance in his career to create a hard to match resume for himself. While advancing in his career, he always worked hard to stay ahead of the competition and to lead his businesses to success. After 40 years in the field, my father stepped away from work and tried to play catch up with his family life that he missed out on for so many years. Now his family comes first, but this is and always will be his greatest downfall, is he could not balance between work and family. It was 12 to 14-hour days at the office instead of at the home or at the baseball field with his kids. Next, I look to Steve Jobs, leader and innovator of Apple. Mr. Jobs led a company to a market share price of 421, which was 2 weeks ago when I wrote this paper. However, today it was actually at 450. And he's an industry leader, innovator, creator, that really created a culture for Apple under his product line. Steve set in motion a group of people whose passion was technology and goal was to lead the market in advancements, and always worked hard to stay two steps ahead of the competition. I looked to his leadership for inspiration, to make his dreams become the dreams of many and to honestly make dreams come true. Apple's been a market innovator for, I mean, since the iPod really came out, and nobody's got up to him ever since. However, Steve Jobs failed, in my opinion, because he put Apple before everything else in his life. Just shortly after stepping down from the ranks of Apple, Steve Jobs died not even 2 weeks later. I believe that Mr. Jobs failed in his own mind to delegate tasks to others within the company and put the ups and downs on his shoulders instead of spreading it out upon others. He felt as if he was one of the sole factors of Apple, and he literally found his only free time away from work upon his death. Um, it was also mentioned that Steve led by negativity. He was really, his constructive criticism was his sole factor. I mean, that's how he motivated people to make better products, was with criticism instead of properly leading them as he should have. Um, Finally, I look to the investment guru Warren Buffett. Uh, Warren Buffett's listed as one of the wealthiest men in the world and is renowned for his ways of investing. Making business moves since he was in high school, Warren Buffett is a leader in his own column. He was he has found endless success and wealth by being his own person and has been able to set the way that people think instead of following others. All of After all these years, Buffett has now found pleasure in philanthropy and helping others out, being a primary investor in the Gates Foundation. He also has led his children to become great leaders under him and really kept the silver spoon out of, from feeding them, and he developed them to be great people and didn't just pamper them. Um, when it comes to Warren Buffett's downfall, I mean, there's really not much of one. Um, the only thing that I could say would be, like other businessmen, he has really worked hard to gain all this wealth for himself and might have missed out on some of the smaller things that money money represented for him. Um, he was not, I mean, he's well into his elder years and he still hasn't been able to step away from business and really properly retire. Some people find fun in playing the stock market or at work, but not being able to step away from it can really be classified as workaholism. Um, he's accomplished many great things in his life, but he truly might be missing out on a few of the things that work has taken away from him. And that is all I have.